Welcome everyone to the 8th round of Season 14 here in Division 2. We are at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix. My name is EnLivePhoenix1, I'll be your commentator for today's race. And hopefully we are in for another exciting week of Division 2 action. I've told the drivers to ready up, but we're just waiting for everyone to get ready. And then we can get going with the qualifying session. Should be joined by Jonathan later. He said he would join at some point during qualifying. So hopefully we'll have two commentators for the actual race and maybe for the end of qualifying as well. Okay, we're finally getting going now. Drivers have readied up. A bit later than I would have liked. Yeah, 6 minutes late today, but we've had worse. Not the end of the world. Of course, the championship is coming to a close. We've got 4 more races after this one. The current situation is that Kuko leads the title charge on 111 points. In second place is Pinky on 92, and in third place is Sully on 90. But Sully is actually missing today's race, so he is massively on the back foot here. I've got Sean as well on 69 points with an outside shot. He is 42 points behind Kuko. So if he has a couple of good races and if Kuko has a couple of bad races, that is still within the realms of possibility, I would say, to overcome a gap like that. Canada, of course, a track that has been on the calendar for a very, very long time. Plenty of historic moments. Especially in recent memory, I can think of quite a few nice races. Think of the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, Jenson Button, with one of the best drives I think in F1 history, you can say, coming back from a collision with his teammate Lewis Hamilton, all the way to win the race on the last lap, overtaking Sebastian Vettel as he went off and made a mistake. And of course, more recently in 2019. Another moment involving Sebastian Vettel going off and losing the race win in the process as he went off at the turn 3 and 4 chicane. Rejoined and had Lewis Hamilton on his right hand side. Hamilton backing out to avoid a collision. Vettel being given a 5-second penalty, which was very controversial, which ended up costing him the win. And of course Vettel, I think we've all seen that historic image of him moving around the boards in front of the car and putting the P2 in front of Hamilton's car and the P1 in front of his own car. But of course, hopefully we can enjoy a less controversial race and simply a good race. No rain is the report. Okay, Flavor said no rain. Mihai said dry quality, rain mid-race. Ewek said, or Pix, sorry, said end of the race wet. So we've got 3 different reports here. We'll see which one ends up being true. First car's already out on track, the Red Bull of Dylan. Immediately putting the foot down as well, so he wants to get those tires warm by just driving as fast as he possibly can. And the Sauber of Pix, who, it's worth mentioning, he took his only win in Division 2 here in Canada, back in Season 10, the first ever season of Division 2. He had won the Canadian Grand Prix. Since then, he hasn't won anything. That was the 4th ever race in Division 2 as well. So it's been a long drought for Pix. But we'll see if today he can get back to those days, to those achievements. Very aggressive over the wall of damage chicane there, using all of the track available on his outlap already, so risking a invalidation before he's even gotten started for, I would say, very minimal time gain, if any. I'm not sure if it even gains you time, like starting the lap to cut the corner that much. Of course, at the end of the lap that can gain you insane amounts of time, so it's well worth doing. I would expect the pole time to be somewhere in the 109s, I think. I'm not too sure actually. Jonathan just joined the lobby, so he should be in the party soon as well, and then we'll have a second commentator for this race. Nick's being very aggressive. Ah, hello! When did you join? I didn't even... I didn't see the notification.
Like a good minute ago at least.
Oh, well, hello.
Hello. I didn't want to say anything in case you're in the middle of something busy.
Oh, I was just kind of waiting for you. Yeah, Pix will be coming across the line soon. He's got one more corner to go, the most crucial corner of the lap, the wall of Champion Chicane. Lots of time can be lost or gained here, and of course he can also throw away the entire lap. Pix doesn't do so. Takes it very well, a lot of curb use, a lot of track use, and that's a 109.564, the first lap of the session by Pix.
He was very low in ERS by the end of the lap.
Dylan, meanwhile, puts in a 9.840. I believe Desi will be next to the line. Marcelio has invalidated his run. Flavors to starting one. Marcelio coming up behind the Sauber of Sean Moole. Marcelio below 10% here already as he's approaching the final corner. Let's see how much curb he takes. Oh, sorry. Quite a lot of curb. Gotten away with it though. I thought it might have been invalid, but it's worked out for Desi. And that's a 10.701, about 9/10 off Dylan there. Flavor's a bit more careful with the track limits coming through the turn 8 and 9 chicane. There is a silly amount of chicane to this track, we have to say. I mean, you can probably count turn 1 as 2 as a chicane, 3 and 4 for sure, 6 and 7 for sure, 8 and 9 for sure, and then the Wall of Champions. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 chicanes if you count turn 1 and 2 as a chicane. So let's say 4.5 chicanes here in Canada. That does seem a little excessive, yeah, I must say. I mean... Flavors goes third fastest there with a 10.651. And then Bobodinho goes into third, again with a 109.897, moving Flavors and Desi down one spot each. Pinky into second place, a 109.639. Papdog over the line, 109.893. Only 4,000 separating him and his teammate there in 5th and 6th. Edwin into 6th place. Kuko has invalidated his run. We've got Sean coming across the line now. And he puts in a 109.881, 4th place for the Sauber driver. Currently it's still Pix on pole position. We talked earlier about the fact that his only ever race win in Division 2 came here, back in Season 10, the first season of Division 2. That was the last time that Pix has won a race in F1 Total. And it looks like his pace is once again quite strong. He is the early pace in qualifying.
Was that the race that I finished 2 laps down?
It might have been, yeah. What was it, F1 22? I think it was, right?
I think it was 23. Or maybe it was 23.
No, but we were in the first season of 24, so there was 3 seasons of 23, so 11, 12, 13 were 23, 10 was still 22. So yeah, that's 2 games ago at this point. We're in the 3rd game of Division 2. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like Division 2 is still relatively fresh.
I would have thought this was like its 3rd season at best.
Well, it's his 5th season.
It's a lot longer than I thought. Kuko's
invalidated at the final corner. It's gonna complete the lap anyway, we'll see what it would have been. A 9.864, so that would have put him into 4th. But maybe half a temp slower if he doesn't cut that corner, so let's say P6 behind Bobodinho.
Yep, Mihai taking this to the line.
And Mihai goes 10 fastest, slowest of anyone lap so far, about a bit more, almost 3/10 of Desi. And a very interesting steering technique there through turn 2.
I think Mihai had a purple sector there.
That can't be true. Pix 28-1. Mihai 28-8. It is definitely not purple.
Okay.
Currently no one on outlap. Cuckoo is invalidated again. Mihai is also back in the pits. Everybody else in the pits on an outlap right now. We'll go on board with Desi. He's about to start a lap. Currently in 9th place on a 10.701. Let's the Ferrari of Cuckoo go. Let's see, is Cuckoo gonna go for another lap? No, he's a runner off field, so back to the pits for him. There's a McLaren coming out the pits right now. That's not the greatest of timings for Desi. He has to hope that McLaren either does a fast outlap or gets out of his way nicely. But a nice line through turns 1 and 2. And now down into the first chicane of the track. A lot of time to be gained here if you could just nail the track limits. Doesn't dip a tire into the grass on the left hand side there. You can actually... It's a bit counterintuitive, but if you go through the grass there, you can actually gain time. Because you open up the corner so much. You essentially straight line it. So it can be faster to go with your... Of course, still stay within track limits on the right hand side of the car, but with the left hand side of the car you can just drive straight through the grass. But you have to be really careful about not losing control. But it is worth a significant amount of time, I would say. 3/10 gained in the middle sector for Desi. So that will put him ahead of Flavors at the moment, if he brings the caution line like this. Maybe he can still gain a bit more time in the final sector as well and have a look at, well, that very close group from 4th to 7th there. Half a tenth between Sean and Edwin. And in the final corner he goes. The Wall of Championship chicane. Of course, named that just the amount of legendary drivers and champions who have crashed into it. It has claimed, many of big names in Formula 1. You name them, they have crashed here. Pinky on his second run as well now. He's gonna want to knock Pix off pole position, and he's up by 45,000 in the middle sector. That's not quite enough. With a good final sector, that could be enough. Sean, Papdog, Bobadino on that. Okay, both McLarens have invalidated, but Sean is on another lap, and so is Pix. Both Saubers and Pinky currently on laps. 8 minutes to go, we're just over halfway through qualifying. Pinky with a really nice final corner, but he's tapped the barrier on the exit. And that will have cost him some time, maybe with some damage, but it is still enough for pole position. 109.352 for the Alpine driver. What can Pix do in response? Up by 2/10 in the middle sector. Pix is responding very well. Sean hasn't abandoned his lap, and he's now slowing down. Might there be some team play going on here at Sauber? Sean is trying to give a slipstream to his team, but I think he has messed it up. He's not got a lot of speed on the car. Yeah, he has to move out of the way. That didn't quite work out for Sauber the way they wanted it to. But a really nice final corner from Pix, and that should be enough to claim back pole position, surely. 109.378, no!
Oh wow.
I think the EIS cost him there, because he was below 10% for a lot of that straight at the end. But it's very close between Pinky and Pix.
Dylan not improving on his lap.
Yeah, 2.5 tenths down. Edwin validated Bazooka on his way to the line here. A lot of EIS to use for him.
I doubt. I don't know if he's...
Oh, back in the pits, okay. Kuko, he must have made a mistake again, because he's not on an outlap, but he's going slowly. So he's not going to complete this lap either. Our championship leader, after 12 minutes of qualifying, still without a lap.
Easy to do in this track.
I mean, most others have managed it. Lanky Brown, Kuko and Marcelino are the only ones who've actually been out of track without a lap. Phantom has just been in the pit lane the entire time. He's still having dinner.
One day that man will have dinner before the race.
It will never happen. It just won't happen. Every single week, Phantom Fox will be sitting here in qualifying, watching everybody else drive while he eats. Marcelino then, for his, well, not first lap session, but he hasn't put a lap in yet, that's what I want to say. He started last, but he hasn't finished him.
6 tenths up.
Mihai is 6 tenths up, okay, a massive improvement coming then from the Mercedes driver.
He's running out of ERS though, because I don't know what it was like last time.
Yeah, with the 6 seconds movement, he's looking at a top 9. He can beat Desi to 9th place. A good final corner, maybe even more possible. Well, that wasn't ideal. He tapped the barrier on the exit, looked a bit understeery throughout. A 9/10th gain in the end, and he just go all the way into 8th place with a 10.028, beating Bazooka. Now, Marcelio. And Kuku. Kuku currently finishing it up as well. He's up by 6 seconds on that 119.
And he's gonna finish this lap. He's gonna get a time on the board.
Yeah, but slightly used tires. Puts in a 9.744 on those used tires. So Kuku's pace seems strong. He just needs to get the laps. Oh my god! Marcelio. Do you want to pass that Sauber any closer? I was convinced he'd crash into him, but he's just about gone on the left-hand side of Sean Moore there. Marcelio over the line with a 10.666 13th position. Now the Sauber of Sean on the lap as well. Paddock and Bobardino, both McLarens, towards the end of their laps. Bobardino coming across the line as we speak, and that's a 109.457. A massive gain in the final sector, and he's 3rd place in the end. Paddock is 81 thousandths down after the middle sector. We'll see if he still wants to complete the lap or if he's going to abandon it here and go back to the pits. He's going to go back to the pits. Sean down by a full second in the first sector. No improvement coming from him. Lanky Brown is invalidated. Flavors up by 1.5 tenths. Desi down by a 10th. But in the middle sector, Desi down by 13 seconds. Okay, we'll go with Flavors. Currently in 12th. We'll see if you can beat Desi to the line here. It's a 110.285, and yes, he does beat Desi. 11th place for the Mercedes man. 9th and 11th right now. For the team that is currently bottom of the standings. But they have been making good progress. Gotten a lot closer to 9th position in recent weeks. The gap to Aston Martin down to just 7 points. Mercedes on 19, Aston Martin 26. And only 2 races ago, it was Mercedes 1, Aston Martin 22. So that gap has been shrinking very quickly. Lanky Brown, he is currently not using ERS, another push lap for him. Sean is up by 29 thousandths in the first sector, so he's gonna go. Yeah, he's going again on the same set of tires as earlier, I think. Just trying to improve that lap.
Just 65% ERS though, which is interesting. Like you can see, he's already near the low mode before we even finish this sector.
Yeah, 75,000 and he still has the longest straights to go. He's gonna burn all the ERS, so he's used quite a bit of it already. That will cost him all the way down to the line. We'll see if he finishes it, or if he goes back for a fresh set of tires. I don't think he has enough time to finish this lap and get another run in. And he isn't gonna finish it. Back in the pits for Sean. And that's definitely a speeding penalty. Yeah, 2 minutes to go. So last chance for everyone to get back out on track and have one more go at a good lap here right in the end.
Mihai will be the first of the last runs.
And he's followed by one of the V-Carbs, I think. Marcelio. Then Dylan and Pix. Now the question is, will the likes of Sean make the line? They haven't gone out yet. Kuku as well. Edwin, Flavors, Phantom, Lanky Brown are all still in the pit lane. Gonna be close for them here. Yeah, it is close.
Cutting turn 1.
Yeah, but we'll see if they make it. I think there's gonna be someone who missed the line.
Or is that considered turn 2?
Yeah. Well, turn 1 is the left-hander. So now,
the other way, it's a slight kink to the right.
No, that's not a corner. The one Mia is going through right now. That is not counted as a corner, no.
Okay.
This isn't Austria. They don't need to count every little, like, 1 degree direction change as a corner. Yeah, very nice there through the first 2 chicanes. And he's up by 4 thousandths in the first sector, so very close with his previous best there. Marcelio behind him, down by 2 tenths. And he's got Pix. No, that's Sean on the outlap. Never mind. I was gonna say he's got Pix really closely behind, but it's actually not Pix, it is Sean. But Dylan's got a bit of traffic up ahead of him here. Sauber of Sean, having to move out the way. I don't think Sean is making the line. Dylan has abandoned the lap. Go back to Mihai, he's coming up to 9, up by a 10th in the first sector. The Mercedes driver with his last chance here in qualifying. Can he beat the likes of Edwin, Papdog, Sean Moore, who are closely ahead of him? Nope, he can't. He's messed with the final corner, and that's Mihai's qualifying done. Marcelio down by almost a second in the middle sector, will not be improving. Pix down by 2/10 in the middle sector, also likely not to improve. Or was he just managing his EIS better this time around, because he has a lot of EIS left to play with here. Dylan and Sean have both missed the line. Pix doesn't improve in the end. Borbardino finishing his lap now. And up to the line. It is a 1:09.130 pole position for the McLaren, at least for now. His teammate Papdog also improving by a 10th here, and he goes over the line with a 5:02, goes into 4th place. The Alpine of Pinky, can he sleep that pole position right at the end? No, he can't! Does not improve. Pinky not getting pole position back. The Williams of Phantom Fox with just one and only lap in this session. Driving it through the grass all the way, that will have cost him some time there, and he only goes P12. Got the Ferrari of Kuku stays in 6th place, and then the Ferrari of Lanky Brown. Currently without a lap time, he will finally complete one, but how far up the grid can it get him still? It is 15th place for Lanky Brown, doesn't beat anyone. And with that, I think we are done. Flavors is stopped in the runoff somewhere. Those are all AI cars, you can go. What's Flavors doing? What is he doing? Yeah, he's been disqualified. Wow, okay. Well, Borbardino claims pole position here in Canada with a 1:09.130. 2/10 the gap from him to Pinky. It's in the front row of the grid. McLaren and Alpine. Borbardino and Pinky. We then have Pix in 3rd place, a 1:09.378, very close there between him and Pinky. Papdog in 4th, McLaren with a really good qualifying 1st and 4th. Dylan in 5th, Kuku in 6th, Sean in 7th, Edwin in 8th, Mihai in 9th, and Bazooka rounding out top 10, and all in the 2nd or 4th position. Phantom Fox in 11th, only the one lap right in the end. Desi in 12th, Marcelio in 13th, Lanky Brown in 14th, and Flavors getting disqualified right at the end there. Yeah.
What happened to Flavors?
He just stopped in on the runoff after the hairpin. For I couldn't really see why.
Fair enough.
Sunny skies here in Canada, so if those reports of rain are true, I do think it will take a while for it to come down.
It's a mixed race, did you say?
Flavor said no rain. Mihai said dry quali, rain mid-race. Ewek said end of the race wet. So make of that what you will.
Alright. Flavors keeps atting you.
Oh, what? Sorry. I've not been looking at my phone. What's up?
He says, wait, for fuck's sake, I got a problem, disconnected, and I got fucking disqualified. Then added you again.
Okay.
Don't know what
So
you were able to do.
Disconnected?
Don't
Or is he
think
not in
you
the lobby
can
anymore?
invite. Maybe not.
I'll invite him. Alright, invite sent.
Here we go.
Alright, the 5 red lights. Well, the 4 red lights, now the 5 red lights are on. And it's lights out, and away we go. Here in Canada, Bobardino getting away pretty decently there on the inside line. Pinky has settled in for second place, although he does look out the inside, sends it in there and makes contact. And that is a McLaren 1-2 of the start. Mihai and Pinky and Vanderfox all with penalties for severe collisions. Bazooka getting a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Okay, there's a lot of penalties. What on earth just happened here?
Surely that's a game glitch. Urbandinho did nothing.
What? Yeah, 10 seconds for Bobardino, Pinky, Bazooka, Mihai, and Vanderfox.
Pinky was the one that went and had a spin. How is he got
Severe
10
collision,
seconds?
severe collision, ignoring yellow flag. Oh, they
just-
all,
they took
like,
them out
they
really quick.
tapped each other right as the VSC came out, and the game, like, determines that as a severe collision. And we now have a full course safety car.
That is very harsh on them.
And Flavors is asking for a reset as well because of the DSQ. Yeah, I think a reset would be fair here.
Yeah, that's like 5 drivers there being affected by nothing really. Like they haven't done anything wrong. If you're calling one, you're going to have to get the message out.
Yep, done it. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna restart the race. Everyone has to please retire from the race, and then we can get another race going. Yeah, there is simply, I mean, there's 5 drivers here with 10-second penalties, which are completely nonsensical. I hope they see it. I mean, it's a Discord ping, so they might just not see it, or it will take a while at least. Okay, but I think once the first couple of guys like see it and retire, everybody else will see what's going on, or will vote something's off and will check their phone. Yeah, Pinky's retired now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, oh, okay, we need a new lobby now.
It's probably better to make a new lobby.
Yeah, if once the lobby host is left, you need a new lobby. It's screwed.
Yeah, people should know by now.
Alright, I'll grab the qualifying results.
Does anyone have a screenshot of the weather forecast that we can replicate? Alright, Felix. Dylan says that the forecast was sunny, cloudy, light rain, heavy rain, light rain. I'm pretty sure you can only do 3 though.
Well, I'm not the host.
Oh yeah.
Need to tell Marcelio the weather forecast so you can try and recreate this as accurately as possible.
think my one's better, Felix.
What's your one? Sunny, heavy rain, light
heavy
rain. Nah,
rain, light
you'll get
rain.
like really early rain if you do that. Like the heavy rain will come about 10 minutes in if you do sunny, heavy rain, light rain.
Is that not what they were gonna do anyway?
Not what they
Like
said.
the way Dylan reacted to saying how everyone will go mediums instead of hards, it's gonna come quicker.
Right, who is still missing? Dylan. Two Astons, Desi and Phantom.
Why is Phantom in the Aston?
He's supposed to be in the Aston.
He's saying he's full-time Williams.
That would be news to me.
Who are we waiting on?
The grid. I think everyone is in now. Unless wait, let me double check. Red Bull, yes. Mercedes, yes. Ferrari, yes. McLaren, yes. Aston. Phantom's in the wrong car. Alpine, yes. VCAP, yes. Sauber, yes. Haas, yes. Okay. Alright. Marcel, your consultant ready up. We can get going. Sorry everyone for the delay. But the new lobby is all set, and hopefully this time around with without any issues we can get going and get racing here in Canada.
How many people do you think forget their setup?
I'll say 3. But good idea. I'll ping him to remember setups.
Marcelio did say it himself.
Yeah, perfect.
He didn't ask them, he just said it.
Yeah, Mihai said forget this and does. Thank you, Mihai. Very useful.
So if the rain is the third slot, how long into the race should be expected?
Well, the point of doing overcast was that it come like early-ish. Like if it's in the third slot, you expect it to be in the last third of the race.
But it just doesn't do that.
Yeah, like it might come later. So that was the point of doing heavy rain and overcast. So that will come a bit earlier. And so we'd have the inter to wet transition that we're supposed to have, because it was supposed to be inter, wet, inter. We can't do the second inter, so we just do the first inter to wet and see what happens.
You said sunny, overcast, rain, heavy rain.
Yes.
There won't be any inter period then. It'll just be straight to full wet, no?
No, there's still a transition. Like it will still go slowly from dry to full wet, and at some point in between there, you'll be an inters. At least, I mean, it depends on how quickly it comes down, but I don't think the best strategy or the most popular strategy will be to go dry tires, full wets instantly. Because you'll have to either kill the full wets while it's still inter, or drive around on dry tires while it's inter conditions. Either way, you screw yourself over by doing that.
Fair.
But I mean, we'll see. I hope the weather is somewhat similar to before, but it's impossible to get 100% accurate.
You'd think they'd have more slots.
Yeah, I don't know why they have only 3 like custom weather slots.
Here we go.
Oh, and the 5 red lights for the second time in a row, this time. And it's lights out, and away we go. Borbodinho on the right-hand side gets away rather well once again. Pinky on the outside this time is alongside and slightly ahead into turn 1. Borbodinho has to back out on those hard compound tires, and Pinky takes lead of the race with the grip advantage coming out of turn 2. Pupdog and Pix battling into the second chicane. Got Pupdog on the inside line, and he has come out on top against the Sauber driver. Kuku and Dylan battling over 5th in the background as well. And Kuku comes on ahead. And then we have Mihai and Edwin having a little squabble.
Ooh,
now on the back of Sean. Sean goes a bit deep.
Mihai has damage.
Very early into the race to have damage. But no more movement there. We have about 50-50 split there between mediums and hards. So I guess the rain will come like about halfway through the race. If we have a battle for 10th place here. Oh, the camera work is absolutely awful. I couldn't see any of it. Pinky leads the way from the 2 McLarens, but they are in the ERS range, and of course, given that the fact that the tires will be worse now but better later, it's quite crucial for them to just stay in the ERS range, hang on to the back of that Alpine. But Bobbardinho might even have a go at him into turn 1 here.
And given Phantom damage in the process. It's given Flavors damage in the process too. And I think it's given Lanky Brown damage.
Oh yeah, big damage for Mihai, for Phantom Fox, Yeah, for everyone.
Understeering into the wall of champions with that damage did a massive concertina effect. As you can see, Flavors completely cut that.
I didn't see any of that. So I was on board in the front with Pinky and Bombardino, so we're fighting to turn 1. So who has damage now?
Phantom, Mihai, Flavors, Lanky Brown.
Wow. So about half the field at this point.
Literally just from Mihai understeering into the wall of champions with the damage that he already had.
A bit of a train forming here at the front. The top 7. Pinky, Bombardino, Papdog, Pix, Kuko, Dylan and Sean driving away. Edwin about 1.2 seconds back. He's lost out on DRS. And of course that will cause him to lose a lot of time down the straight and make it very hard to get back into this train. As Bombardino takes the lead. Quite simply a simple DRS pass against Pinky. Not much the Alpine driver can do about that, and now the second McLaren coming through as well, as of course there's only one detection point, Pinky, without DRS for the main straight, and that has allowed Papdog to pull alongside. Now they're battling all the way through turn 2, but Pinky, with the superior grip of course on those medium tires, he has the advantage in the end and can, yeah, simply out-traction him coming out of turn 2. Mihai in the pits to get a wing change.
I'm not sure if it's the nature of the straight, but Pinky didn't enter gear 8 once.
What, into turn 1?
No, down the back straight.
It might have just been saving ES, letting Bombardino go.
Maybe.
I didn't see what ES mod he was in, but even if you're on medium, you might not even need 8th gear. Dylan with a time penalty already, and we're gonna be seeing plenty of those in this race, believe me.
Yeah.
If there's one track that is, yeah, awful for track limits, it is Canada. So easy to just go over the white lines, ever so slightly. Bombardino about to be overtaken by Pinky here with the EIS advantage. Although, no, Pinky doesn't go for it in the end. His turn is EIS off. Might have gone to turn 1 though. Bazooka has cast Edwin down at the EIS straight. And no, Pinky's staying behind. No movement at the front. But look at how far the train is already away. 2.5 seconds from Sean to Bazooka. Flavors in the pit lane as well. So both Mercedes with early pit stops. Phantom on the right hand side, literally a just a plank at this point. There's absolutely no winglets whatsoever. And he's still going. Yeah, the entire right hand side of his front wing is just deleted. Lanky Brown getting overtaken by Desi there. Desi going around the outside into through a little right hand kink, and that leads to the inside for the chicane. And a rather easy move in the end for Desi, but a rather nice move as well. Taking advantage of Lanky Brown's damage, of course, as Desi makes his way.
Oh, Pubdog goes down the inside. But can't make it stick, and Mihai's gone.
Oh, rip Mihai. Not sure if it's a disconnect or if he's rage quit. Just in case, I would invite him. I could imagine a rage quit, but it's a bit early for that. You would think, especially given the conditions we'll have later. It's quite likely we'll get some safety cars. Kuku has almost dropped out of the ES to the top 4 there. He's back in now as Pix is having a look up the inside of Papdog. Which lost him a good amount of time into turn 1 there. Marcelio and Phantom battling. Marcelio's come out on top for the moment. 3-second penalty for Lanky Brown. On lap 5 and already 3 drivers with penalties. Dylan, Lanky and Flavors all with 3 seconds each. Pinky might be setting up a move on Bombardino. He's using a bit of hot lap mode. As we approach the main overtaking spot of the lap. The wall of championship chicane, or the DRS straight leading into it more like. I don't think you want to be side by side into the actual chicane. Preferably. Because no matter like whether you're on the inside or the outside, it's quite likely that you will get involved in some kind of collision if you try and go side by side through there. As Pix overtakes Papdog for 3rd place. Papdog has run out of ERS and couldn't defend that properly. So the Sauber driver on the medium compound is taking advantage of his tire advantage. Meanwhile up ahead, Pinky re-overtaking. And Papdog will descend up the inside of Pix, and he cuts the corner in the process, and that's, I must say, a deserved 3-second time penalty. He does get a position.
He does get the position, yeah.
That might have been an illegal overtake. No, actually no. By the time he was actually full ahead, he was back on track, so the game will not
massive
count it as illegal. But yeah, a 3-second time penalty for Papdog, and I would say very reasonable one, given the late send on the brakes and then having to cut the corner. But the two McLarens, the only team in this top 5, everybody else is on their own. So they can work together a bit, try and outplay Pix, Cuckoo and Pinky. And, worth mentioning, they are also the only ones on hards in this train, everybody else on the mediums.
You wonder how long it'll take for the rain to fall. Like, will they actually need to pit?
I mean, given how many mediums we see, like the fact that it's such an even 50-50 split tells me it's like in between mediums and hards, whether you wanna like, but they're gonna try and zero stop to the rain. Even more so because, like, if it wasn't a zero stop to the rain, Thunderfox would not be driving around with that wing. He would certainly have gotten that replaced at this point, but he hasn't.
He's not doing too bad, all things considered.
Yeah, he's actually hanging on to the back of Marcelio, which is very impressive. And Desi is faster, but not that much. Which shows that Thunderfox has some very strong raw pace to still be.
Yet to rejoin, it might be a rage quit.
Bombardino with a 3-second time penalty, both McLarens now. So that's their advantages of the well, the 2 versus 1 situation they're in. Well, that advantage is still there, but I would say it's offset by the penalty. Pinky setting up a move back into the lead of the race. Goes to the inside line against Bombardino into the final chicane. We're going with Papdog in behind them. And some ghosting going on in the final corner as Bombardino comes on ahead in the end. That was weird. I didn't even see any lag, I just kind of drove straight into each other and nothing happened. Bit of contact made through turn 1 there. And Bombardino has come out ahead against the Alpine driver. Once again. Papdog having a little look up the outside there, sorry. But not a overtake opportunity there. Pix and Cuckoo, of course, closing in now. The guys battling ahead, slowing them down. Further down the field, Bazooka and Edwin. A bit of a world of their own here in 8th and 9th. The cars behind, Phantom with big wing damage, and then the train ahead. Oh, and damage for Pinky!
Oh,
Pinky's gone into the back of Bombardino and he's picked up wing damage. The left front end plate is missing on that Alpine. And that will be costing him a load of time from here on out. He's immediately lost the place of Cuckoo. And I think Pix will follow.
That could be him out of this train pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's, if you're Cuckoo, that's absolutely perfect for you, because he's effectively now in the lead of the race with the penalties applied. And his main championship rival, Pinky, has got damage.
It was a... I don't even know what happened. Papdog was third and then must have just sent it on the 2 of them into the chicane.
Yeah, I'm not sure what actually happened, like, how he got ahead, but... I went on board with Pinky just before he went into them. And the 2 McLarens were side by side and slowing down up ahead, and Pinky just couldn't...
Cuckoo going for that move is allowed Bombardino to get the DRS threat away.
Yeah, interesting that Cuckoo would go for the move there instead of waiting for a better opportunity where he'd get it done without losing as much time. Flavors, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Phantom is now in the pits, and yellow flags for Flavors, who's crashed into the Wall of Champions. And he's, well, doing a bit of a Mahavir here. Can't get the car turned around, finally. At this point though, Flavors has lost massive amounts of time.
No. They'll be overtaken here.
Yes, Papdog is going to re-overtake in the Ferrari, and there we go, Papdog back into P2. And back into the DRS of his teammate. Now the question is Papdog going to try and slow Cuckoo down to get his teammate a 3-second penalty? The 3-second gap that he needs for his penalty to not be affected, not affect the race result. As Cuckoo gets overtaken by Pinky as well. Or is Papdog going to try and hang out to the back of his teammate? Actually, Cuckoo has lost massive time here. Pinky is over a second back. And the 2 McLarens, if they put the hammer down now, can get out of DRS range here and be in complete control of this race.
Yeah, they could just let each other pass by each straight and continue to gap the field.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do here, because they are over a second away from Pinky. And from
Obviously
here on
with
out,
damage
if
as
they
well.
just play this correctly, they will gain every single straight. Pinky with a mistake there, and that's firmly top of Diaz. Little bit of a wobble. And that 10 for 2 he's just lost right there was the final nail in the coffin of him getting Diaz on the McLarens up ahead this lap. And now that they have gotten out of Diaz range 1, they can work together to simply extend that gap for as much as possible. And I think they will, of course. No reason for them to battle now. They're just gonna try and get that gap as large as possible, and then maybe worry about fighting each other later on. If they're gonna worry about that at all, or if they just drive the 1-2 home safely without battling at all. Dylan into the pit lane for a wing change. Yeah, he's missing his entire front right end plate. Or winglets, and he's putting on some mediums and of course a new wing. Are the hard tires already better than the mediums? I mean, Bobadinho's now dropped out of DRS with Hubdog. I think he's made a mistake. And Kuko's back in range. Oh, he's disconnected! Bobadinho from P2 in this race, in complete control to McLaren's. And that's not gone out the window with a disconnect from Bobadinho. I'll invite him back as soon as possible. There we go, invite sent. But of course he is now losing massive amounts of time here. He's already dropped down to 6th place. That could not have been any more unlucky for Bobadinho. I think by the time he'll be back in the lobby, he might actually be in a train. There he is. Okay, he will, I think, still be ahead of Bazooka and Edwin, but not by much. Oh, Kuko into the pit lane, and a penalty for picks for corner cutting.
Kuko was hit picks.
Yeah, I went on board just I saw the move happening. No wing change for Kuko, just a switch onto hard tires. That tells me the rain will take a long time to come down.
I don't know what to think of that. That's like, he's obviously trying to pit, but he's completely rear-ended picks and giving him a penalty.
I didn't see the whole thing. Like I went on board right as the contact happened, so I'm not gonna say I can really give it any opinion here. Desi and Lanky Brown battling up ahead, and Desi spun out! Desi with a... well, he's caught it, but he's lost a good amount of time there, and Lanky Brown now with the move Marcelio as well. Marcelio letting both Ferraris through. The gap at the front now 2.5 seconds, 2.7 seconds again. Hubdog driving away from the field here. And of course picks us a penalty himself.
Oh, it's surely removable.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you got... did you get a straight penalty or multiple warnings penalty?
I will check.
Because if you got multiple warnings, of course, say you got that one warning removed, but he has another one after, then it wouldn't matter. Bazooka.
What lap was it?
Sorry?
What lap was it?
Lap 11 is when Kuku pit. So lap 10 or 11.
Crushing 3 seconds.
Okay, so you get a straight 3-second penalty. Okay, that will just be removable then. If it actually happened the way he said and Kuku pushed him. I didn't really see it that well.
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. I was on board with pigs, and he had like made the turn, and all of a sudden he's been absolutely twatted into the off-road.
I have had it happen to me in PSGL as well. Not very fun. I remember
that. It's
that.
a tough pit lane to navigate because
it really isn't. If you have a brain, it
no,
isn't.
but like, I know it's not. You need to set these.
Yeah, if you're on like autopilot and like you don't really think, and you just brake what a line tells you to.
Use as little time as possible.
Yeah, you do just straight line people driving the corner normally when you pit in.
Yes,
so yeah, I get what you're saying.
Ahead of you. Like obviously, I wouldn't be going out of my way to hit people. Sean into the pits.
Okay, so yeah, I think at this point, either the mediums are a lot more worn than I thought it would be at this point, or the rain will take a while to come down, because they are going into hards.
Yeah.
Marcelio has spent in the pit lane. That's a 10-second penalty for him. Sean has come out in between two Ferraris, ahead of Lanky Brown, behind Kuko.
And Kuko obviously pitted a couple laps ago.
Pinky with a penalty as well, so the entire top 5 on track with a penalty now. Kukro,
I think he's right.
the only one who was in this train earlier who hasn't got a penalty. Of course, he's made his pits already. Sean as well, so Kukro and Sean both no penalties. Pinky now setting up a move on Pixie, as Pix has slowed down quite a bit. Pinky gets ahead with the DRS. The thing is, I'm not sure when this rain will come down, but I see some clouds at this point. They are definitely forming.
Yeah, they are forming, yeah.
Which, to me, I think McLaren are in a really good position here, because let's see the gap from Pap Dog to Kukro is 20 seconds. A bit less, 19.7. And now a penalty for Kukro.
Yeah.
And the medium runners, it seems like they're gonna have to pit before the rain comes down. Because otherwise, they wouldn't all be pitting and pitting to hards. So it's not like the rain is coming in the next 5 minutes or anything. But I think those hards, they can go pretty much the entire race. So as long as that rain comes down at some point, which it definitely should, like it's custom weather, we can be quite confident it will come down. Yeah, this could work out really well for Pap Dog, and Boborinho as well, and Bazooka, and Edwin.
Yeah.
Kukro, they can probably catch Edwin and Bazooka soon. Boborinho, and Pap Dog, no chance. That gap is massive. Of course, if they pit before the rain comes down, it's a whole different story. But Pinky and Pix are also going quite long. Yeah, neither of them pitting this lap either. Although Pix picks up his second 3-second time penalty. Although, well, his first warning inflicted one. The earlier one, of course, in that little moment with Kukro. Dylan passing Sean for P8 there. He's put on instead of mediums earlier. Yeah, he started on hards and had a wing change. So Dylan on an alternative strategy to everybody else here. 19 laps to go. Can those tires go all the way to the end? Well, they don't have to. But can those tires go into the rain? That's the actual question. But the gap at the front is extending more and more. Pap Dog almost at 5 seconds to Pinky now. Those hards
does have that wing damage though.
Yeah, I think the hards are certainly a better tire now, because you can see it, like, it's only Pinky and Pix who are even still driving on the old mediums, and you can tell they're struggling. Boborinho is closing in, so Bazooka and Edwin, and the gap to Pap Dog is opening up more and more. Yellow flags for Phantom. A spin coming out of turn 7 there, and once again his wing is completely destroyed on the right hand side. There doesn't seem to be a lot of stability on that wing. Second penalty for Boborinho, he's now at 6 seconds. We are halfway through the race and the skies are really turning grey now. I mean, just look at that.
The sun is gone.
Yeah, I think we are about to start seeing the first of that rain. You would think so, at least.
I'd say lap 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised how many people went for hards when they would... Pap Dog with 6 seconds of penalties now. How many people went for hards? When you would think they would know the rain would come soon. And that made me question whether the rain would come at all, but, like, the sky says yes, the rain is coming soon. And the tire strategy says it isn't. At least that of Kukro, Sean, Marcelio, Desi. But then, like, Pinky and Pix makes me think, well, if they're stretching these mediums that long, maybe not. Even more so because Kukro and Sean went to hards. Like, if the rain was coming in, say, 10 minutes and you think, well, shit, I have like 60% wear, I can't go much longer.
Pix is pitting.
Okay, well, we'll see what Pix goes into. If he goes to softs, then the rain is coming soon. If he goes into hards now, that makes me think, well, there's no rain. Softs, rain soon.
Softs, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be going soft unless the rain... okay, so that also means the mediums are gone. Otherwise, he wouldn't be pitting.
Yes.
And he's come out in 9th place there. Ahead of Lanky Brown. Yellow flags.
Yellow flag for Bazooka.
Bazooka! He's in the barriers.
That's damage.
And big damage for him as well. He's rejoined in 8th place. But with a completely destroyed front wing, he's gonna have to make a pit stop soon. We might soon be back to a McLaren 1-2 as Bombardino is catching Pinky rather soon. 2.8 seconds a gap at the moment. Penalties for Dylan and someone else who was only up there for like a second there. I couldn't tell. Pix on the back of Bazooka now with that massive damage on Haas, and he is gonna let Pix go. Very nice sportsmanship there on show. Bazooka, of course, knowing he there's no reason to fight that. It will only risk both of their cars. Given the damage he has, he is quite unpredictable for Pix. And
getting the benefit
Edwin is in the pits.
And speeds in the process.
Yeah, okay, so even the hard compound tire must be quite bad at this point if he's gonna pit. Okay, now he's missing an end plate on both sides. Goes into softs and a wing change for the V-Carb driver.
Dylan and Kuko fighting for P4 on track.
Dylan to the Dylan to the grass and the barrier. That might have been some damage for the Red Bull driver.
Surely he had traction by then, though.
Yeah, that was weird.
He's completely cut over that curb as well. This is a three-way battle for P4, but Pix will arrive pretty shortly.
Yeah, those fresh softs should be... He should be here in no time. 3.3 seconds right now.
Phantom and Desi, the only two that are still here, not to get a penalty.
That would help them in case of a late safety car.
Yeah.
I mean, they are currently 40 seconds behind the leaders. Oh, well, we had Pop Dog, the leader. As Dylan gets overtaken by both Sean and Kuku in one go.
The gap between Pinky and Bombardino is really coming down.
Yeah, 1.7 seconds now. Yellow flags for Flavors. Spin at the turn 3 and 4 chicane. He's now lapped by the top 3. Pop Dog, Pinky and Bombardino a lap further ahead than Flavors.
Pix gained an entire second on that train ahead of him.
Yeah, he's gaining a lot in those corners. He's also losing a lot in the straights. There's 3 DRS on here, of course. But he will be in the DRS range soon. And I'm sure Sean won't put much of a fight up against him. Dylan and Kuko might.
Yeah.
Bombardino is almost in the DRS range. I think next lap we'll have... it'll be time. We're now on lap 20. The rain... We're about to go into lap 21. The rain still has not started coming down, but I think it's about to. I mean, you can see the grey sky. The first raindrops can't be far away.
And I think Pinky is hoping it comes very soon.
Yeah, he must be like in puncture range at this point. Or at least close to it. I mean, Pix bailed out strategy. Okay, so the rain literally is moments away. Yeah,
that I mean, could just be because he's lapped and has nothing to lose.
Yeah. I mean, what was I gonna say? Pix bailed out the strategy about 5 laps ago. So, it can't be looking good for Pinky. And we see how much time Bombardino is gaining. And I mean, his tires won't be the best either. 20 lap old hards. But I think the mediums are well and truly over the hill. He's now 7 seconds back from Pop Dog. And he will be caught by Kuko soon. Kuko, of course, was on the same strategy early on. 7 seconds between Kuko and Bombardino now. Bombardino about to overtake Pinky. Although Pinky has gotten a great exit, but a bit of an ES here. But I don't think he has much of a chance to defend this. No, he doesn't. Has to let Bombardino go. Bombardino back up into P2. Although he is now 6.8 seconds away from his teammate, we're back with the McLaren 1-2 in this race. And Pinky has settled for 3rd place for the moment, with Kuko and Sean closing in fast. And once that rain comes down, those old tires are gonna be a nightmare, believe me. So I would not count out Kuko catching Pinky before it's time for a pit stop. Flavors with a rage quit, I assume. Edwin with a move on Lanky Brown there for P8. Lanky Brown, of course, on very old hards as well. There's only 4 cars still left who haven't pit. Pop Dog, Bombardino, Pinky and Lanky Brown. Everybody else made a pit stop at some point in this race, either strategy why induced or damage induced. Pinky has done a good job of staying with Bobolinho here, and actually got quite a bit of ERS left as well, so those mediums are not so far gone that he can't even stay in the ERS range, but they are quite far gone. And that's Rain, I think. Is it? No.
No.
I was imagining things. Sorry. But yeah, this Rain is letting us wait quite a bit. Only 12 laps to go.
Mercedes battle for P14, the 2 ghost cars.
Sean has passed Cuckoo for 4th. Pix is in the ERS range to
Quite
Dylan.
dark enough for Rain, I don't think. It's still a bit bright.
I'm not sure why the Rain is like we're waiting so long for this Rain. It shouldn't be like we are in the last third of the race. It should have come down by now. That was the whole point of doing overcast to heavy rain. That would come down a bit earlier than a third of the race. Well, what do I say?
A reason Borbardino, Bulldog and Pinky are not pit. It's clearly coming.
Yeah, I mean, especially Pinky. He has a lot to lose here. 3-second time penalty for Marcelio. It's also, it has quite big championship implications on whether this Rain comes or not, because Kuko, of course, is chasing after Pinky, and they are the 2 main championship contenders. Sean in 4th as well. He is an outside shot, although he'd need to be way up the road from Kuko and score a lot more points, making up a lot of ground here to make this work, which right now he's just not doing.
But they're clever as they are, let's put him back on mediums.
Kuko reclaims 4th place from Sean, and Pix claims 6th place from Dylan.
Yeah, those mediums starting to wear a bit for them.
Rain! There it is! Yes! For real this time!
Yes.
The Rain has come down on lap 24, 11 laps to go. Now, how long until these guys pit for Inters? Pinky is surely gonna want to get off those tires as soon as possible. The gap to Kuko coming down very quickly. Bobbardino with a moment, Bobbardino goes off!
Borbardino's off the track.
Pinky back into P2, Bobbardino rejoins and lost a load of time there. Just as the rain came down, Bobbardino immediately the first to make a mistake. Marcelino is in the pits already, might be going into Inters very soon. Or very early into this rain coming down.
Dylan pass Pix.
Pix, but yeah, okay. Pix is being really careful on the throttle here, and Dylan is taking advantage of that. Dylan back into P6.
I wonder how quick they'll hit.
The rain is coming down very, very fast already. Maybe it's time to pit already. We'll see. Pupdog? Yes, Pupdog is in. What about Pinky? Is he gonna follow him in or go another lap? Pinky's in. Bobbardino.
Double stack.
Pinky with speed. Oh! And Kuko staying out.
Kuko stays out.
Of course, they both Kuko and Sean stay out, which makes me think
Kuko, Sean and Dylan.
the top 3 only pit because their tires are so destroyed. Because they've been on those tires for so long, they had to get off them at the first opportunity to just make sure they don't get a puncture. Pinky, with a 10-second speeding penalty, of course, longer braking distances in the rain, I think he just underestimated that, and it's gonna cost him dearly. Pix came in quite early as well, he's onto the intermediates already. Now, the gap from Pupdog to Dylan, 2.5 seconds, keep an eye on that. Will that come down? It seems like it's coming down. Well, staying somewhat consistent-ish. Yellow flags at the Wall of Champions. The Haas of Bazooka has gone from the Wall of Champions this time around. He has to get the car pointing in the right direction again. Pupdog is definitely faster than Dylan. And it's not close. He is within a second of the Red Bull driver now. So it is certainly time for a pit stop onto dry compound tires. Intermediate compound tires. Definitely not dry compound tires. And this could be complicated here with Pupdog and Dylan. Dylan, of course, has a pit now.
It's still enabled. Sean is using it.
They should be in, surely. Kuko and Sean. Yep, yes. They are in. And so should Dylan. Yes, they are all in the pit lane.
He's gonna speed. Oh,
and it's Pupdog who is back into the lead of the race now. Of course, intermediates for all 3 of these guys. Pinky into 2nd place, on track. With that 10-second penalty, that will really cost him. Kuko is going to come out in 4th, behind Bobbardino.
Pix is not far away here.
He's come out behind his teammate Sean. Penalty for Lanky Brown, he's sped in the pit lane. Dylan coming out in 7th. The last couple of cars now in for the intermediates. DRS disabled. Desi stayed out. A
Exactly.
risky choice by the Aston Martin driver. I'm not too sure what the thinking is. My only thing I can imagine is it's gonna go straight for the wets. Because we, of course, with the custom weather, we know that heavy rain is coming. But look at the way he's crawling across the track here. He's losing, like, probably 10 seconds a lap right now. Kuko with the penalty, 3 seconds to his final time. And if we look at the penalties now, we've got 6 for Pup Dog, Mourinho and Kuku, 3 for Sean, 13 for Pinky, 12 for Dylan, and 6 for Pix, 19 for Lincoln Brown, 6 for Masenio, 3 for Bazooka, 6 for Flavors. Sean claims 4th place from Kuko. He goes on a chase after Bob Mourinho. And those penalties, I think, will really change his race. I mean, Pinky at the moment, he's got 7 seconds more, and that will drop him behind Bob Mourinho, behind Sean for sure, since he's got 10 seconds more than Sean. And it's borderline with Kuku. I think he's ahead of Kuku right now. Pinky would currently finish 4th. So at the moment we're looking at a McLaren 1-2 with Sean in 3rd and Pinky in 4th. Kuku in 5th.
Interesting. Do you remember Pix still could get 3 removed if you forgot about that?
Good point, yeah, that could put Pix ahead of Pinky and Kuku. Desi is now in onto intermediate as well, a lap later than everybody else, and he has lost about 10 seconds in that single lap. He's coming out on 12th position in this race. Fights, of course, still going on in the midfield. Edwin, followed closely by both Lanky Brown and Thunderfox here. So a battle for 8th place there, 35 seconds behind Dylan, so the field is very fast spread out. A lot of things happen in this race, and not a single safety car, of course, so that's why the field is so spread out. If you don't get any safety cars at any point, the gaps just keep getting larger and larger.
Pinky is going quicker than Bernardino at the moment. He's gapping him.
Phantom Fox now on the inside line against Lanky Brown. And I think Phantom Fox has outbraked the Ferrari. Yes, he has. Phantom Fox up into 9th position. Bit of a slide on the exit of the hairpin. Lanky Brown might try and come back at him. He has a great exit there. Has a look to the outside, but no, now Phantom Fox pulling away down the straight. Using a lot of ERS to make sure he stays ahead. That's Lanky Brown down into 10th. Edwin picking up a penalty. And that would make it a lot tougher for him to hang on to that 8th place against Phantom Fox. Marcelio in the pits already. Again. I don't think he's gotten damage, unless I missed something. Doesn't seem time for full wets yet. But he's gonna go into them anyway. A gamble by Marcelio, a very early stop onto the full wet compound. And he would come out in 12th place. I mean, he was in 11th before, nothing to lose, I suppose. An outside shot at points. That could, yeah, if this works out, it could give him points. So, 7 laps to go. It's quite late for the lap, so I think everybody will just try and go to the end on the intermediates. He's 5.8 behind Desi. We'll see how that gap develops. If he gains or loses compared to the Aston Martin driver. About equal right now. It's not moving massively either way. It's getting a bit now, but just keep an eye on that. If that gap does come down significantly, Marcelio might have a chance at points. About 20 seconds behind Phantom Fox. Dylan with a nice switchback, and he's now pulled alongside the Sauber Fix, and he's got the inside line for chicane, and he's ahead. Very nice racing, very nice move by Dylan, taking advantage of Pix's mistake. Phantom Fox picks up a 3-second time penalty. Now Desi is the only driver left in this race without any amount of time penalties. Marcelio is catching quite a lot, 6.1 to Desi.
At the current pace, I think he can still finish P2 here.
Yeah, he's almost got Bob Mourinho. He has got Bob Mourinho out of 7 seconds. And he's got Sean out of 10. He is already P2. Even with the 10-second penalty, currently Pinky would hang on to 2nd place.
Very good pace from him in these conditions.
And if we look at Kuko, he will finish in 5th with this. Is he close enough to Bob Mourinho? No, he will finish in 5th place. So that will be a large swing in favor of Pinky as he gets 18 points and Kuku gets only 10 points. An 8-point swing in favor of Pinky. Fastest lap, who's that helped by? Edwin, okay. And that will of course not change, now that the rain has come down. We're not going to be seeing any more fastest laps, so Edwin with the bonus point for today. Bazooka on the back of Pupdog? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Bazooka trying to nap himself here. Although he's being very nice about it. Oh, he's gone into the wall.
Has he just crashed?
Yeah, he's just gone into the wall on his own. Yeah, I think he's purposely not driving into Pupdog, at least not in the corners. But yeah, now he's unlapped himself. Lanky Brown in the pits! Onto full wet tires as well, quite late in this race. He must have seen Marcelio catching significantly and decided it's worth it, even though it's so late. Serving the penalty as well. And he's gonna come up behind Marcelio.
Marcelio has not gained. He's actually lost 2 seconds.
Yeah, he gained earlier, now he's losing again. That's weird. I don't think we'll be seeing any of the top runners box for full wets. Maybe Pix.
Kuko again.
Kuko now with 9 seconds.
Kuko's gonna finish P6.
Yep, he will drop behind Pix as it stands. And he's only got a 3-second advantage over Dylan, so Kuko needs to get himself together here. There's only 4 laps to go. And he needs to at least bring home the 6th position now for damage limitation in the title fight against Pinky. He's losing big points to both Sean and especially Pinky. Not what he would have needed at all today. 4 races to go.
It does make it interesting for the neutral's perspective.
A good point. The only on-track battle really happening right now is the one between Sean, Kuko and Dylan here. 4th, 5th and 6th, but they all have different penalties. 3 for Sean, 9 for Kuko and 12 for Dylan, so yeah, the battle isn't really all that important. It's only for ego, really. There's nothing to gain or nothing to lose. Well, there's a lot to lose actually by battling. You can't just crash. And Kuko is smart about it, lets Dylan go. And Dylan picks up another penalty. He's now at 15 seconds and he will he will finish in 7th place, there's no question about that.
7th anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the gap to Edwin is large enough that he can get like... As long as he doesn't get disqualified, he should stay where he is in 7th. But he's got enough penalties that no matter what he does now, he will not be, like... beating anyone. One exit by Dylan. And he is pulling a move on Sean. Contact made! But they're both fine. Kuko comes in now and he re-overtakes Sean, does he? Side by side into chicane. Sean goes a bit deep. Once again, contact made. And Sean is clears the Ferrari and reclaims or stays in 5th place.
To get in on this action. Obviously, he can overtake Sean on track, which would probably, after he gets that penalty removed, be his position.
Yeah, but then again, does he want to do that? Sean is somewhat in the title fight still. Like, somewhat involved in it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Pix is gonna want to, especially because they aren't really fighting for Constructors' title. There's no reason to fight.
Sean are battling for the final spot on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Because they will jump Bobodinho and Dylan. Pinky has got 13 seconds, so 4 more than Bobodinho will stay ahead, 2 less than Dylan will stay ahead, 10 less than Sean will stay ahead. Pinky's hanging on to 2nd place as it stands. Bazooka has passed Marcelio, so those full wets are just not working whatsoever. Pinky is actually catching Pupdog. And not by... I mean... Pupdog will still hang on to the win. Yellow flags as the Vika or Marcelio is off. So yeah, Pupdog. He's been in the control of the race for a long time. We've not really seen much of him because of that. But he's just kept it quiet, kept it calm. Once he got that gap, he just kept extending it, and now in the rain, managing it. Only 2 and a bit laps to go. And it's looking very good for Pupdog to pick up his first race win here in F1 I think. He hasn't won a race yet so far. Unless I am missing a race that he's won. I hope not. That'd be a bit embarrassing. Let me quickly check. He is on 18 points, so he can't possibly have won a race. Okay. Just had to make sure. Pubdog fuel crisis is what I'm reading in chat. Plus 0.04. He's a bit low on fuel, but he should be fine.
It's not flashing.
Yeah, if you look at his wheel in game, he is at plus 0.06578456. Okay.
I cannot even get close.
Well, he's hovering close-ish to 0. So he's gonna have to save a bit of fuel over the next 2 laps. But I think even if he does run out, he will run out like just before the line and can roll over. And with the penalties Pinky has, he will keep the position. Yellow flags against Marcelio. Those full wets are just not the way to go right now. And he's been lapped by everyone down to 7th.
For the pace drop.
Dylan all over Bombardier now. Dylan has caught up a lot, and Dylan, I said he wouldn't, like he has no chance, but at this point he's almost gotten Kuko far enough away to beat him. Dylan with some electric pace here right into the race, and now he's putting a move against Bombardier, up the inside into the hairpin, gets it stopped, and he is fully ahead and ahead.
Nice move.
Into 3rd place. One more lap to go after this one.
Could be turning into a disaster for Kuko if he can get another good lap in.
Pubdog with exactly 1 lap of fuel in the car. That's getting close. 1.8 seconds gap to Pinky, and with Pinky's penalties, he would need to finish 7 seconds behind. I think he'll be fine.
Kuko another penalty. Finishing behind Dylan.
Yep, Dylan has just secured himself a position late on in this race.
So that's P7 for Kuko.
That's a lot of points lost. 8 points. He's losing 10 points. Marcelio retired in the pit lane. Pinky's losing 10 points, and there's a lot of blue flags going on here with the Mercedes of either Mihai of Flavors and the Aston Martin of Desi instead of Pubdog.
Kuko's won. Give him six damage.
And that means Kuko will finish in 7th place in this race. Pubdog though, approaching the final corners of this race. He is low on fuel, but he will be fine. He will be fine. He will bring it home. Pinky has way too many penalties to be a factor, unless of course he can get that 10-second remove, which I don't know, it was a speeding penalty, so unless he got pushed by someone from behind, which I don't think there was anyone close enough behind him anyway to do that. Yeah, this will be Pubdog's win. As we approach the War of Temperature game for the final time, Pinky is closed in a lot. Just over a second now, but not quite enough. Pubdog picks up his first race win here in F1 Total, and a very well deserved one at that, controlling the race for most of it. And he crosses the line in P1. Pinky comes home in 2nd place. Dylan about 12 seconds back with 15 seconds of penalties. He will drop behind Bombardier. It's a 1 and 3 for McLaren. Although no, not quite. 1 and 4 I think he'll drop behind Sean. So Dylan comes over the line in 3rd on track. Will drop behind Bombardier. And then comes Sean. He will take 3rd place. Bombardier 4th. Dylan 5th. Picks 6th place. Didn't even get Dylan.
Into 5th.
And Kuko brings home 7th place. 8 points only for Kuko in this race. 18 for Pinky, 15 for Sean. Lot of points lost in the title fight for Kuko.
They should jump above Dylan after penalties.
And now Edwin coming home in 8th place here. Very valuable 4 points for VCAP. Phantom Fox bringing home 9th place in the end. He's run out of fuel over the line, but he's not going to cost him anything. And Bazooka will bring home 10th place as he is the last car not lapped. Desi and Lanky Brown already finished their races a lap ago because they were behind Pubdog. And has that cost Desi a place? Because he might have been within 3 seconds of Bazooka if he was fast enough to catch him. I'm not sure. But Bazooka brings home the final points paying position in this race. And that's it. That was the Canadian Grand Prix. And Pubdog, your race winner here in Canada, and I would say your driver of the day as well, and an awesome performance. The game goes to Dylan, which Dylan also a great shout. A lot of time penalties, which cost him in the end, but awesome performance at the end there. Made it very exciting for us. But your podium. 3 different teams. Pubdog, Pinky, and Sean. McLaren, Alpine, and Sauber. McLaren can finally celebrate their first win in Division 2 this season. Hasn't been the best of seasons for McLaren. Pace-wise, they've been up there, but never quite getting the results in the race. But today, that fortune has changed. 37 points McLaren have brought home today. And so far, they had only scored 33. So they have more than doubled their points tally in this Grand Prix.
Wow.
And look at the
It
amount of
doesn't feel like
penalties.
that. They're always up there. But
Yeah, they just
finish
never
up
bring.
there.
Yeah, they're always up there in qualifying and early on, but they always get involved in incidents and teams. But today, they finally have brought home the results. Pup Dog, Pinky, Sean, Bobadinho, Dylan, Pigs, Cuckoo, Edwin, Phantom, Bazooka, your top 10. And then Desi, Lanky Brown, a lap down. Mihai, Marcelio, Flavors, 3 laps down. And that's been the Canadian Grand Prix. That might be the first time in a while we've had not a single safety car all race. But still, I would say an enjoyable Grand Prix. And a lot of points gained for both Pinky and Sean in title fight. Sean's outside chances are not buried just yet, I would say. Next week, we'll be racing in Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Hope you're excited for that one as well. Hope you enjoyed today's race. Any final words from you, Jonathan?
It's more of a question than final words. Has there ever been a race in F1 Total where everyone was classified?
I'm sure there has been, yeah. Over the 14 seasons of racing we've been doing, I'm sure that's happened at least once.
I suppose so, but just interesting that not a single person down as a DNF today.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of drivers who just left and were like 3 laps down by the end, but...
Yes, but technically
Right.
no DNFs.
Yeah, technically everybody finished the race. I mean, Marcelio did DNF, but he was still classified because he DNF'd close enough to the end.
Yes.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's stream, and I hope to see you again next week, of course, as always. 7:30 PM UK time for the Portuguese Grand Prix in Division 2. And the championship fight heating up between Pinky and Kuko. Sean and Sully quite far away now, but I would not count them out as well. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.